Good morning, Las Vegas. Welcome to Teen Vogue Lounge Magic Day 3, WWDMAGIC. We're very excited to be here. You can follow us on the hashtag at #WWDMAGIC, MAGIC, just in case you've been here too long and forgot how to spell. My name is Stacey Reardon. I am the Fashion Law Practice Group Chair at Fox Rothschild. We're a law firm, and I am the fashion lawyer. I represent brands and retailers, and I help you, build your brand, make money faster, and I use a lot of digital platforms to help you do that. So the purpose of being here today at Magic, we are going to talk about social media and commerce. And I've been so excited all week. Everyone's like, what are you speaking about? What are you speaking about? I'm like, we're going to talk about how to use your cell phone to make more money in fashion space. So how fashion retailers and wholesalers can make more money using their cell phone and share that with their friends. So to get started, you can follow me. I'm on Twitter at STACI Reardon, RIORDAN. And again, I'm now going to introduce our panel so we can talk about social media and commerce. Chad, you're up first. Say hi. Say hi, Vegas. This is Chad.
Viva Las Vegas. My name is Chad Reed. I am with Whirl. Whirl is a location-based app with a purpose. My Twitter handle is at or Chad_Reed. So you can basically follow me there. So that's who I am.
And what does Whirl do?
Whirl is a location-based service with a purpose. We'll probably go into it a little bit more in depth as we go through this panel. But we are here with the Magic team as the official location-based app, and people are able to check in at Magic and join the Magic Society, where people can get recommendations about what to do in Las Vegas, what to do at Magic, so on and so forth.
What's up, Vegas? David Dowd with Buddy Media, and we are the world's largest Facebook management platform. We work with over 50 retailers on our platform, and we help them build their Facebook page. And we have a technology platform that enables them to build content and manage the whole publisher application from posts to comments and all that. So we can get more into it when we get into our discussion. We're happy to be here. Thanks.
Welcome.
Hello, Las Vegas. I'm Susan Ettlinger. Hi, Las Vegas. I'm Susan Ettlinger from Altimeter Group. We are a strategic advisory firm helping our clients handle technology disruption, and there are a few things more disruptive than social commerce right now. I'm on Twitter at @Ettlinger. That's SETLINGER.
My name is John Farner. I'm the CEO of Moxie.com. We're an e-tailer for independent fashion designers, clothing, footwear, accessories, and happy to be here.
Welcome. Well, thank you, Las Vegas, for having us. And so, again, I've been telling everyone what are we going to talk about today. And I say, again, it's how to use your cell phone to make money in fashion, wholesale, or retail. And I don't know if you guys have, that's my definition of social commerce right now. But I'm going to turn that over to our panel and ask each of them and say, what do you think social commerce is? And Susan, let's start with you.
So social commerce is a collaboration between brands and consumers, and it is the focus of the relationship between the brand and the consumer, because now for the first time consumers have a tremendous amount of power in the relationship that they have with the brands that they patronize. And so social commerce gives those brands the opportunity to bring consumers in, and the consumers an opportunity to interact.
What do you think?
I think social commerce is the idea of having a social strategy in which the end result is a transaction. I think social can be the start or maybe the middle of that process, and maybe it requires kicking it off with a relationship on social and then remarketing. But I think just falling into a sale through doing things on social isn't necessarily social commerce. I think that having a deliberate strategy with metrics and things to measure in which the result is a sale would be my definition of social commerce.
So Chad, you're check-in with a purpose. So how would you define social commerce?
I would define social commerce as basically getting brand messaging out, and more specifically with location-based. When people go to check into location, is basically getting a brand message at point of purchase. I mean, essentially, what it's all about is driving sales, pulling product off the shelf, those kind of things. And what's the best way to do that from a brand perspective? When brands are able to put recommendations or brand messaging whenever people go in and they check in, on their phones to different retail accounts, and really getting that brand message across at the point of purchase.
David, do you have anything to add?
Yeah, I mean, we do focus on Facebook. So for us, I have to agree with John in that, I don't think you can come off to a consumer and say, sell, 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 like me, so you buy something. I think there has to be a value exchange, but that could be content sometimes. Yeah. That could be exclusive content. For example, we're doing 3 live fashion shows this week with Oscar de la Renta and Theory and Michael Kors. So if people come to that page, yeah, they have to like the page, but they're getting live access to the show. So if they can't be there, they can see that show as it's happening. That's a value exchange that's valuable for a retailer. Yes, they might not be buying at that moment, but they're providing some kind of value that then they can go back to that individual, and they can have a transaction opportunity maybe the next time they talk to them. But initially, I got to agree, like, you're not seeing a ton, at least through Facebook, you're not seeing a ton of, transactional behavior like from the very beginning of your relationship.
Do you think adding the mobile component to the social and the commerce is going to increase the transactional component or the conversion of a social into a purchase?
Well, I think Chad probably knows more about that because, I mean, his is such a mobile application. But sure, at the point of purchase where you have something, I think you can probably talk a lot more about that than we could. But obviously with your device and you've got some location-based thing, there is an opportunity there to engage with your consumer, I would think.
Yeah. So through mobile, what we have through Whirl is one of our key components is a thing called societies, and that's actually what Magic had done here this week, was create their own society. And what societies are people with the same interests, likes, and passions. So basically, what you're trying to do, and what brands are trying to do, and retailers are trying to do, is create that brand advocacy, right? Not just Facebook is great, we're having the fans and those kind of things, but really engaging and interacting with those consumers. And what better way to do that at the point of purchase? Now, from a standpoint of going from mobile, right, to will that really show a transaction? There's some particular instances, and it depends all on the retailer. Can the retailer basically scan the phone? Well, like a Target and those kind of places actually do barcode
Starbucks
scanning.
Starbucks
can. Places, like Walmart and some of the other ones aren't necessarily, there yet. But it also depends on, I'm very interested in, we're actually meeting with fashion brands and retailers this week about those capabilities and doing so, because whenever you're getting that brand messaging across to these brand advocates through the societies that retailers and brands are able to create through Whirl, then I think you're able to get these really great metrics, but then also you're able to see the data of, is it working or is it not working? And then what strategies can we take by getting all these metrics from these different, from Whirl with the location-based services of when people are checking in, the time of day they're checking in, what recommendations they're making at a place, and what their activity is in the store.
I think that's the most exciting space going right now, especially for a retailer thinking about how people moving around can sort of become advocates of our store. And staying at the Hard Rock, I see the scan-in locations at the different memorabilia of musicians. I think one of the biggest obstacles to this point, which is something you guys are probably figuring out, is the communication level of what they get for scanning in, or do they have to find out from the mobile device or the website first to go, or what if in my case I see something to scan in, what do I get out of that? And that whole thing is being figured out, and hopefully people like you will be the ones that help. But the communication piece is one that as soon as that's ironed out, people like us can jump into that with folks like you and sort of start to break new ground.
Absolutely. And I think what the piece of that is what we're really doing through our societies is basically essentially people are engaging in these societies. These societies are building in the thousands and thousands very quickly. And then what we're able to do is message those society members for a social loyalty aspect of it, right? So whenever they go in and check into places, instead of us giving coupons and whatnot that you really can't track that well, meaning you might have 200 people that check in, you might have 10,000 people that check in, and you don't know what you're spending from a budget standpoint, we have a thing called society rewards. And what our society rewards do, we reward people for basically being part of the society and virally speaking about brands and retailers. And what we do is we'll load in, let's say 30 $25 gift cards, and we can track and we can say, okay, we'll give them away, we'll put it at 1,000 retail locations, and we'll give one away a day per day, but everybody always gets the opportunity to play this really cool game whenever they check in on their phone.
And I also think, people are using devices, they're using Facebook on a computer screen, they're using multi-screen things all the time, right? So if you think about, when people make those purchase decisions, retailers we work with a lot of retailers that want to drive traffic to their stores. So we worked with Borders, for example, where we drove huge amount of fans, a huge amount of traffic to their store by doing a promotion where if you like the page, you get a coupon, 50% off your purchase on a book. You go into the store, you utilize that coupon, you publish it to your wall, you're on a mobile device, you see it in your newsfeed, oh, David did a coupon redemption at Borders. Oh, I can get that too. I can go, get that through my Facebook, application. They all work together. So I think
all your friends know the minute you put it on your wall.
totally, yeah. So you always want to create content or create promotions on a Facebook or on whatever application you're working with that you are going to promote to your friends, and you get that network effect of social. That's just the way it works. So we help retailers do that, and they love it. So it's great.
So there are two really interesting dynamics here. One is called the social graph, and one is called the interest graph. And the social graph is, I buy a pair of shoes, I love my shoes, I put a picture of my shoes on Facebook, and all my friends and all my friends of friends see that I bought those shoes, and they think, wow, that's fantastic. And that's a lot of what Facebook does, and a lot of what Buddy does, and a lot of what Moxie does as well. What's also interesting is something called an interest graph, right? And that is where I connect with people who share my same interests, because as much as I love my friends, I don't necessarily like their fashion. I don't necessarily take fashion advice from them, especially because I work in technology, so I think you can imagine. On the interest graph side, it might be that I like a particular designer, or I have a particular health condition, or I like a particular sport. And so, if you look at sites like Polyvore and Caboodle and Moxie, people come to those sites because they share an interest in fashion, and they want to see what other people are doing, and they might want to find somebody to follow that way. So this is where social gets really, really powerful, because you can start to see how people are coming together around a topic, and you can also see how people are interacting with the brand around that same topic.
Absolutely, and I think that's a key essential to what our societies are. I mean, talk about interest, and basically people, we actually have a fashionista society through Whirl. We have over 5,000 societies that are created by Whirl. 60 of them are created by us, but the majority of them are created by brands and also our users, our power users. So a fashionista society, you're basically giving people recommendations of, hey, this is what I recommend when I go to this mall. Make sure to come by here. It's a 24-hour sale going, so on and so forth. And they push that out to their entire network, whether it's through Facebook, whether it's through Twitter, and then also through Whirl, where people within a 25-mile radius, they belong to that society, will get all these really relevant recommendations. What's really cool about what we've done with Whirl is we've taken Jeff Holden, who's our founder and CEO. He basically was number 2 over at Amazon that took the proponents of, hey, if you like this book, you're going to like this, 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 and this. Well, he took that powerful tool that he developed at Amazon and brought it into the app. So the more people engage in these different societies and want to do certain things, we start recognizing what their social trends are, and we start sending them more relevant information. And then we also say, hey, your friends are joining these societies. Would you like to join them as well? Or you've wanted to do these different recommendations, or you're making all these different recommendations. Would you like to join X, Y, and Z society? So really making the app and making those type of things very personal for you is, I really think, where retailers and brands and people using location-based apps is really making it for a purpose. You talk about location-based is you get a little bit fatigued sometimes by, okay, I'm checking in, I'm friend finding, I'm doing X, Y, and Z, but what is this app really going to do for me? And I think that our society model really helps that, both in-store check-ins with retailers and also with brands.